Blood is filtered in the kidney to remove unwanted substances. Figure 1 shows part of the nephron. So here we have the glomerulus and we have the Bowman's capsule. Name the structure, label P and Q. So kind of answer that one. But the glomerulus is basically a network of capillaries which where the ultrafiltration occurs. So small particles can leave through, big ones can't, and they make the glomerular filtrate, which is then absorbed into the Bowman's capsule. Figure 2 shows information about some of the components in blood and in the filtrate in this part of the nephron. So you can see various pieces of information here. You can see concentration in blood, concentration in the filtrate of the nephron, so glucose is the same. Protein is significantly higher in the blood, nothing is getting through into the nephron. Red blood cells is again significantly higher in the blood, nothing getting through to the nephron. So these are big particles or big things that can't pass through the glomerulus wall. And white blood cells, again, too big to get through. Calculate the difference in the number of red blood cells and the number of white blood cells in 1 centimetre cubed of blood. So basically the difference between these two figures. So the only reason this is challenging is obviously because it's in standard form, which is becoming incredibly popular in all science papers. So make sure you are familiar with how to use standard form. So 4.56 times 10 to the 6 minus 8 times 10 to the 3. If you don't have a calculator, you can do it this way. So 4.56 will be basically 4 with 6 positions after it, the first one being 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 here. And 8 times 10 to 3 is just 8 with 3 positions after it, meaning 8,000. So 4,500,000 take away 8,000 is 4,492,000. And this can be expressed as 4.492 times 10 to the 6, because what we're doing is moving that decimal place back 6 positions for point, putting the point there, and then representing that shift back by saying times 10 to the 6, which means you need to shift that decimal point 6 forward to get the real figure. Explain why there are differences in the concentrations of some components in the blood and some components in this part of the nephron. So what are the differences? Explain and give a reason for them. So I've already gone through a breakdown of the differences, I've stated them, so what are the reasons? Firstly, proteins, red blood cells and white blood cells cannot be filtered into the nephron. That's obvious difference there, as they're too large, and there's the reason. So that's the difference, these aren't in the nephron. Why? Because they're too large. State the name of the hormone that regulates the water content of the blood. That would be antidiuretic hormone, or ADH. Remember, a diuretic is something that makes you need to urinate more, so an antidiuretic stops you having to urinate. So when you release more ADH, you reabsorb more water back into your system, so you produce less urine. Less ADH means you basically don't absorb as much water, so you produce more urine.